Hi, so now we're going to work on parents, siblings and family, statement number 1, and I'll just show you how to, or demonstrate to you how to say this statement when you're looking at the text on the page. The reason why the text is staggered like it is it's in a short enough grouping of words for the child to remember and repeat back to you. Remember, the child could well be quite upset about things at this moment, so we don't want to overcomplicate things. So what you ask them to do is to tap the karate chop position here, which is just that bit on the side, and they just bang away there with 2 fingers. Can be either side, doesn't matter which side they do. And you know, that's the bit in the movies, the karate chop position between the little finger knuckle and the base of the wrist there. So they're just tapping away here. You'll show them what to do and ask them to show you they can do that as well. Then you ask them to take a nice deep breath, and then you go, please repeat after me. And I'm going to leave a bit of spacing here, and the spacing's for them to respond. So you're going to go, even though I feel sad, unloved and unimportant when mum and dad are too busy working to spend time with me. I love and accept myself. So you haven't asked them to have a nice deep breath in and out, and then we're going to repeat that. So straight back to the karate chop position, and then you invite them to do that again. So you just go, even though I feel sad, unloved and unimportant when mum and dad are too busy working to spend time with me. I love and accept myself. So that's that part of the statement. What we do next is why you're going to need to have the tapping sequence printed out and next to you so that you can see these instructions. So I've got this book propped up in this way. You're going to be doing the same thing, or you can be printing out all of the statements. We've created in the resource section on the website for people that have bought the book, they'll be able to print out all of the statements so that they can just have the statements and they can have the tapping sequence next to each other, and then use the appropriate tapping statements into the sequence. So now we're going to tap the points for PSF number 1, parents, siblings and family number 1. So we do this again at a slow enough speed. You're keeping an eye on the child, and you just want to make sure they get to near enough the right points that you are and saying the right words you're saying. The words are really important for them to say, because it's very, very likely their mind will not want them to be doing this. And so we just ask them as gently as possible to do this with us, please. So here we go. We're going to do it nice and slow. You can use 2 hands on the middle of your head at point number 1 here. You can go, I feel. You can just drop down to 1 hand if you want to here. Then you can go sad, unloved and unimportant when mum and dad are too busy working under the arm to spend time with me. And what you can do on the gamut point here, which is anywhere just there, is you can just read the whole thing back to make sure you've nailed it properly. So you ask the child just to continue again saying the statement, I feel sad, unloved and unimportant when mum and dad are too busy working to spend time with me. So once they've got to that bit and you've successfully managed to say the actual statement twice, then you just ask them to drop their hands, and then you want them to look you in the eyes, so just ask them to do that, and then by keeping their heads still, you want them just to keep their eyes open. Now close their eyes and then open their eyes, And then you ask them to keep their head still and just use their eyes to look down at where the right kneecap is. So you're going to go from eye position straight ahead to right kneecap, so they look down. Then you ask them to come back to look you in the eyes again. And then you go, please now look at your left kneecap, keep your head still, looking straight ahead, and they look down, and then you ask them to look you straight back in the eyes. So that anything can happen at that time because you're working with children, but just be lenient with them. The next thing you want them to do is to follow your fingers around the circle. So you just start and you just ascribe a circle right in front of them. Just take it slowly all the way around, because what you want is to get eye rotation. You want those eyes moving but the head being still. So as you bring it back to the center point again, then you've got them right there. Then the next thing you do is you ask them to hum the start of Happy Birthday. So they're going to go, or you're going to go, everybody knows that one, that's right brain. Then you ask them to count to 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and ask them to say it loud so you can hear it. And once they've done that, you go back to humming the start of Happy Birthday. Now I always do this with people because it's a bit comical. And once they've done that, you just ask them to have a nice deep breath, because where you go to next is straight back to the tapping sequence off the page. So you get back to reading the page, you get your central position. You can start with 2 hands, you can start with 1 hand, but in either case, it's still tapping that point. I feel sad, unloved, and unimportant when mum and dad are too busy working to spend time with me. Then you can do it one more time just on the gamut point. I feel sad, unloved and unimportant when mum and dad are too busy working to spend time with me. So that's the successful completion of delivering the first statement. So we're going to just park PSF 1 there, and then we'll move on to PSF 2.